To be starting off by checking out Confidential Killings. So we checked out the demo for this a couple of weeks. Couple of demo nights back. We did check out the demo, and yeah, I really liked it. And the publishers behind the game have sent us a copy to try out the full game. So we're gonna check it out. And yeah, so the first little bit I'm going to assume is very similar to the demo, so bear with me. But that does, because we know things, I'm going to assume we get through that a little faster and we can start exploring the outer bits. Okay, so this is Confidential Killings. Let's check it out. Okay. December 1978, police station. Detective, there was a call from high up. A car crashed near the Lexington Street Patrol. It was on Repose Street, close to my beat up in the hills, so I got there far. Driver's dead. They request a proper look. Okay, so that's the gist of things. We find clues. There'll be words that we click on, and then we use these words to basically, plus what we've discovered in the clues, to basically put together the scene. Okay, so for example, if we went in here, so patrol says there's been a car crash on Repose Street, and we know the driver is dead. The call came from high up, so we're taking a look. That's the consensus we got with the words we got, so we can go from there. Okay. During your night shift, a call came from above. A patrol officer reported a crash in the hills. 1 fatality. They said it looked routine, but someone important wanted eyes on it. Okay. December 18th, 1978, Repose Street. So this is the scene that they were talking about in the last thing. So, yeah, there's things we can hover over and look at. So we know this is Repose Street. So it's a winding road in the countryside that leads to the rich folks' homes on the hills. They like to be isolated so the neighbours do not complain about their drug-fueled parties. Okay, so coming from patrol on Lexington Street, heard a crash. Was he drunk or drugged out of his skull? So if we talk to a person, they're going to have items as well that we can look at that will also give us like some clues as well. So standard digital flashlight, looking around in the night. Okay. Police badge. Okay, so we know that this guy's name is David McCart. So this also helps us piece together who people are. So we know this is David McCart. So we need to find this guy's name. Died in a... So I'm guessing that would be someone... Okay. Yeah, so this will tell us... So we need to know that who died in a... Like, this will be vehicle crash, but on Repose Street. Someone blanked his blank to make it look like he was a blank. He was going out to blank. So we're filling in the blanks. Okay. So, custom license plate didn't sell this to anyone. Under the name, it says Bradley. Hey, Ansel, how we doing? Alright, so we can pretty much assume this guy's name is Bradley. We don't know his last name, so we know Bradley something died. Bradley blank died in a blank crash on Repose Street. Someone blanked his blank to make it look like it was a blank. He was going out to blank. Yeah. Okay, so there's a mechanic here that we can... Yes, we played the demo of this. I think you were here when we played the demo. This is the full game. It came out today, and the publishers are giving us a copy to play. So, yay. Okay. So, he must have felt untouchable, so, yeah. Yeah, we got cocaine, drugs, okay. Whiskey and dust. Sip. Okay. So we could probably fill out. Look, he was going out to sell drugs. I think. I think that was what he was doing. Someone. Okay, so I think this is whiskey. Alright, so we're going to look here. Okay, from his look, he was going nowhere fast. Did the impact against the guardrail violently push his head against the windshield, killing him? Okay, so Frank, 50 grams. Okay. Okay, so this guy's name's Bradley Fraser. He's from Galway Street. So, okay. So yeah, we know that his name is Bradley Fraser. Fraser. Do we have the word car now? No, we don't. Yeah, someone drugged his whiskey to look like he was drink. I think I know. So I think we need the word car and driving. Just gotta kind of work out where we get those. I'm trying to remember back to the demo to find it out. Oh, here we go. Brakes him a precise cut. Okay. Fluid is leaking. Okay. So, someone drugged his whiskey to look like he was drink. To make it look like he was a drunk driver. So, we know he's died in the... There we go. So, we've filled in the blanks. We've reconstructed. Reconstructed is the word I'm looking for. We've reconstructed the crime scene. Okay. As I said, like the first couple, so the one after this, we should get pretty fast as well because we've seen it. Everything after that is going to be new and discoverably. Why can't I word today? The bluish dust in the whiskey, the brake fluid leaking. This was no accident, although someone tried to make it look like one. Time to talk to the family. Okay. December 18, 1978, mansion. Okay, so. Okay, so this actually does look a little different because the or maybe no. The eyeball photo, yeah. Alright, let's start with, okay, your son's death was tragic and your heart aches for the loss. But as I teach in my books, I can't let this tragedy dominate me. Okay, so, yeah, we can... Okay, so from this, we know, obviously, that's his dear old dad, so we can assume that his name is his last name is Fraser, and that's... if I remember correctly, this guy's Diaz. Okay, where we go? Okay. Says you keep an eye on your son, Inspector Hadley Badman. Okay, so none of those is the thing. We're going to, like, obviously get some more words together. What do we got here? 4 medals from the Korean War, framed and polished. Certainly not an ordinary soldier. What do we got here? Pop art piece, probably very valuable. Its meaning is obscure, but there must be some substance underneath it. Okay. Sabotaging and Seducing, written by Ezra Monarch. Advanced copy for Katie Keller. Okay. If I recall from the demo, this is Katie. Okay. You'll notice too that when we get someone's name correct, it goes green. So there's that. So we know blank blank killed blank blank by blank, he's blank, and putting blank 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 in his blank. The reason for the blank was the accidental blank by blank of his blank. Yeah. Hey, what else we... Okay. Mr. Fraser gave me advice on a possible future role. Okay, so we now can put his last name in because we know Fraser. Okay. My dear love, I did everything in power so we could work the play together. I pray night and day they'll become a reality. Forever yours, Patrick. Okay, so that basically tells us that this is Patrick Fraser. No? I want to say it's Patrick something, but yeah, so we've got a thing of Cosmopolitan. Okay, what do we got? Okay. Clarice Lerman, Gift of Nature. Alright, so this is her. We know that from the photo. So, Clarice Lemon. Okay, medicine box. Okay, pills. Miss Lemon. Remember, these are the strongest sleeping pills on the market. Okay. So we can pretty much gather that this was Clarice's pills. Sleeping medicine in his, I want to say whiskey, but okay, so Fraser. Blank blank killed blank Fraser by blank his blank and putting Clarice's sleeping medicine in his blank. We know that word is whiskey from the last one, so we need the word whiskey, and then we need to find out the reason, like the motive. Alright, what do we got? Bradley really gone, he was the light of my life. Okay, small ornate key for the medicine box. Beautiful silver ring. And what have we got here? Okay. So, killed Bradley Fraser by blank is blank 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 blankety blank blank blank. What we get? Okay, so Dominic Fraser's mind and body. Okay. Unless his name is Dominic Fraser. Okay. So who's Patrick? Alright. Okay, work. Small key separate from the rest. Okay. Okay. Okay, smuggling operations. What we got here? Grease monkey. Okay. His daughter, it looks like, accidental thing from drugs. So was the death by okay, I don't have drugs. I don't have that, but okay. Car. Oh, okay, it must be sister then. So poison Pedro. Enough is enough. So okay. So we know of his sister. The reason for the murder was the accidental death by, I don't know, so be cutting his brakes and putting, okay. So your name was Pedro. So Pedro Diaz killed Bradley Fraser by blanking his blank and putting Clarice's sleeping medication in his blank. We know it's whiskey, and so that'd be by like drugs of his sister. Okay. So whiskey, there we go. That's that word. Bradley, have you asked your daddy about his friend Roman? Do it. He's okay. What am I missing? I want to say sabotaging his car and putting calories to sleeping pills and whiskey. So, I need to find the word drugs. I think it's drugs. Ah, there we go. Overdose. That was the word we were looking for. Death by overdose. Okay. Pedro was sick of working as a drug mule for Bradley. His sister's death from the very drug he smuggled out of Mexico was the drop that finally spilt the glass. Cornered, Pedro made the wrong choice. Bradley paid the price. Okay, so obviously there's like a lot of things are going to like kind of interchange. It looks like, so I think this one was in the demo as well, and then there was different ones from there. 8th of January 1979, state switch reference. Okay, yeah, here we go. So, dead guy. Petals. I know those were instrumental because I think he was allergic to them or something. Alright, so that's it for him. Okay, flowers. So I can assume that this guy's name is Raven. Pills. Okay, that's where Patrick comes from. Okay, so we know that Patrick Raven. So Patrick Raven was killed by blank blank. The killer sent him flowers to cause an allergic reaction, which made him blank blank blank. Okay. Ah, I didn't look at the rest. Yeah, so Patrick Raven, we know that. Allergic reaction. But they had been... Okay, this cursed... Alright, this should be Patrick Raven again. Yeah. Killer sent him flowers to cause an allergic reaction, which made him something in his pills. But they had been, like, obviously sabotaged. Okay. What do we got here? Patrick Raven. Yeah. And obviously there's a gun there as well. Chair lies on the floor. So he was on there. There were flowers. He had an allergic reaction. Went for his pills, but they've obviously been like sabotaged, we think. Okay, so we've got Jeffrey. So his first name's Jeffrey and his wife Nadine. Okay, so Jeffrey. Okay, wife's got the short hair. I want to say that's Nadine. Okay. Enough drugs to kill an elf. Okay. So, what do you got on you? Covered in sweats. You got cigarettes and a lighter on you. We don't know your name. Okay. Money. Okay, so we can assume that your last name is probably Kunta, but we need to find that out. So play testament paper. Okay. Okay. Late. So I think that's rolling the latest play. Alright. We've done that. Okay, so you've got nothing for me. What's this one? So Razor. She appears to be asleep. Okay, banknotes. Okay. I think that's the woman from the last one. We know that she was offered some sort of role from this guy. Nice. Oh, okay. But they had been swapped. Okay. Let's go in here. Alright, who are you? Suffocate. Yep. Gold-plated ladder. Bathroom. Okay. So this is the pills that he should have taken, but they were swapped with. Okay. So found in the bathroom. Alright, to suffocate and fall into the pool. I think that's what that one is. We still need to come up with everyone's names. But yeah, we know this guy's yeah. Okay, I think I've got everything there. Okay. Okay. Breath smells of alcohol. Okay, Katie, the muse of my heart. Okay, so she's Katie. Classic red lipstick. Jakizzy. Which I think's the guy in the... Okay, yeah, Dominic Fraser. Imported wine. Okay, Mr. Steinwitz. So his name's Mr. Jeffrey Steinwitz. Okay, Jeffrey Steinwitz. I want to say your last name is Jakizzy. Or is it first name Jakizzy? I think you're something Jakizzy. Alright. Katie Keller. Okay. Yeah. DJ Kunta. Jack Potter. Finley Powell. Okay, so... ooh, Ivy Otter. So Patrick Raven's wife is Ivy Otter. Okay. Okay, so Katie Keller. Teen A, I don't know. Is it Jakizzy Kunta? There we go. Okay, so what were the other names here? Actress called Martha. I don't... Okay. Yeah, so Jack Potter. Ooh. That, we need that, so roll. I know that's a word that we need, so roll in the latest play. Okay. You would be Katie Keller? Or are you Katie Keller? Okay, then you're someone else. Okay. So who were the other names that we had? Jack Potter and Finley Powell. So, are you Jack Potter. Okay. You must be Jim. Why am I? So, Jim Powell? Yeah. Okay. So you must be Jack. Words. Jack Potter. In the thing. Okay. Jack Potter. Okay. So are you? What was it? Like Ivy Otter? Okay. So Ivy Otter was his wife. We know that. Okay. So Patrick Graven was killed by Ivy Otter. She sent him flowers to cause an allergic reaction, which has made him take his pills, but they've been swapped with a different kind found in the bathroom. Okay, so everything from this point is new. This is where the demo ended. He had it all. The looks, the talent, the money. Patrick even lived a teetotal life, but his wife was jealous and she knew where to aim. All it took was a bouquet of flowers. The drugs, too, made a victim. A guest was found dead from an OD. Okay, so was she found dead from an OD? I know, but this bit's new. Okay, what do we got now? 9th of January 1979, Horizon Theatre. Oh, okay. So we've got a light sword laying on the floor next to the man's hand. Despite its realistic look, it is harmless. It's made of plastic and the blade is retractable, no more dangerous than a toy. So I'm guessing this is the same play that they've been talking about in the other things. Man lies dead on the floor in a pool of blood. A light but sharp metal sword is planted deep in his chest. Okay, so we've got a small key. You're supposed to say on the words like they're written on the fucking script, not make up your own mediocre dialogue. You're not the writer, I am. Remember that. I can get people hired and I can get people fired. Actors are exchangeable, writers aren't. Stay in your place, don't cross the line or there will be consequences. Okay, I want to see what we've got here. Okay, so here's all of our suspects that we've got to find the names for. Blank blank killed blank blank with a real blank blank it for a prop. Blank blank the blank on the play caused the murder by blank the blank with a real one. He was trying to get blank blank killed, but blank blank mistakenly handed the real weapon to her instead. Blank blank's motive was blank. He blamed blank blank for the blank of his blank blank blank. So yeah, and we got like a bunch of people here that so I think we can remember that this guy's name's Jeffrey something, but we would need to collect like the things. Hey Finn, I sent that letter to Jeffrey. He won't complain anymore about giving you a raise. He reads it. You owe me a big pal. Okay, so this guy's name's okay, so this is Finley Powell. I want to say so. Finley Powell. We know this guy. Okay. I handle security around the theatre, but it's mostly psych fans and simple stuff like that. I called an ambulance, but I'm afraid it's too late. Okay, so we've got a revolver. Ham and cheese sandwich packed with a note. Have a good day at work, sweetheart. Okay. Is he dead? But the sword is fake. This can't be. Okay, so Ms. Keller. When using the sword, remember to push it hard against the center of Powell's jacket. Don't be afraid. The retractable blade is made of plastic, so Powell is in no danger. We are hiding a small red paint bag underneath his shirt. Make sure to hit him with the right spot so the fake blood can come out right. Moreno will be available for clarifications. As you know, theatre now has to compete with cinema. And it's realistic violence. People expect blood even here. They don't know how to use their imagination anymore. EM. Okay, so we've still got no one's names, but okay. This wasn't in the screenplay, was it? I would have known otherwise. I wrote it. It's a good scene though, very meaningful. Should we add it to the play? Okay, so that last play of yours was a disaster. The production is in the red. We're only breaking even because of outside investments. You may be a pro at novels, but both theatre and cinema are different. Find some way to create some publicity, you hack, or else. Okay. Enough of this bullshit about historical realism. Do you know how freaking hard it is to find these costumes? Last time I had to go to a museum, for Christ's sake, and beg them to loan us the props. It's a play, not a historical reconstruction. Now, you ask for blood squibs, even in rehearsals, knowing full well how hard they are to wash up from clothes. And do answer your damned phone. I'm tired of leaving notes for you. You can't avoid confrontation forever, you coward. Tommy Moreno. Okay, so, small quantity of gaze, the creative drug. So that's, yeah. The woman appears to be in shock, gasping for air. So small metallic key. Penny, I'm on casting call, so I won't be home for the day. I hope I get the role this time. A man can't depend on his wife. Please, please, please remember to ask Steinwick, or whatever the producer's name is, if he can find me a part in the play. Imagine if it had the role that inspired Finley Power has. Both you and I in the same play, we'd be settled for life. Let's make this dream real, whatever it takes. Okay, so, yeah, so he's trying to get someone else killed, but thankfully handed the real weapon to her instead. Okay, so I don't know which one's Henry. Like, that's the only name we have so far. I did, okay. Board used to hang notes. We've got another small key. Okay. Theft. Evelyn, stop leaving the key on the hook. Switching. That's definitely a word we need. So by switching the blank with a real one is, I know we need that word. Yeah, so still not getting those. Alright, what's it? Okay. Martha's got a, okay, so True Love, I owe. Katie's, Poison Snake Katie's trying to steal my role. Can you believe that? You don't need to sell us in these troubling times. Come see me in the dressing room before cloak. So Ivy Otter, is what we're... Who are you? Power refused to see me when he's alive. Okay, so his last name is Miller. Your last name is Miller. Okay, we know Kate. Okay, Ivy Otter. Come a better lover. Okay, is there any... Is this Ivy Otter? No? So she... I don't know what costume... Like, she's supposed to be in a costume or something, I think. But I'm not sure. Interview... An Otter's disappearance. Escape Monarch. Okay. Beyonce is working at theatre. And journalist. Okay, so... His name's something about some guy named Troy. Okay. I want to say fiance, but we've got other people. Okay. Yep, modern metallic key. Revenge, Dominic. Okay, I know you've got reservations about Katie Keller, but if you trust me on this, trying to shape her into a star and still the self-confidence that she needs. Your last two shows have been a failure, but I didn't mind despite my big investments in them. I think we'd both rather forget your latest cinematographic flops. But this play has got to be a success, and Miss Keller is the key to that. We invested a lot in her. Let's keep our eyes on success, not all grudges or revenge fantasies, Dominic. Okay. We're writing you on behalf of our client, Mr. Powell. We have found severe irregularities concerning his work for the Steinway Theatric Company. Attached to this letter are a cyclo-styled copy of his hiring contract and a more recent paper clearly showing that my client's salary is below the rest of the cast, despite what is stated in paragraph 3C of the aforementioned contract. If this serious mistake is not fixed within the manner specified in the... Okay, I can't turn the page there, I don't think. Why shouldn't the choreographer and costume designer and only sane person in this group of idiots get royalties from his work? Without me, people wouldn't even know where to put their feet on the stage or what to wear on said feet. Oh, we already know this guy's name's Jeffrey. Okay, who are you? I was here to talk with the producer, instead I get stopped by the police, and that journalist, he couldn't recognize talent even if he saw it, trying to interview Ezra instead of me. Idiot. Okay. Okay, story ideas? Are you a... Okay, Jim Blair. Tale of Love and Betrayal. Okay, so I want to say your name is Jim Blair, potentially? Jim... Because you had the thing. So, okay. You got a gun, it's a pistol. Yeah. Even if I hadn't have gotten Jim Blair from the fact that he had a script with the name on it, I would have gotten it from the badge there. So, small Patrick. Okay, so, yeah. Everyone's doing this gaze drug. Okay, so that's... Alright, what's in here? Okay. Okay, so that must be Evelyn. Okay, you must be Ivy Potter. Are you... Ivy Potter? No? Alright, well you... I'm pretty sure your name is Evelyn. Drugs are bad, okay. That was bad. That was... Yeah. That was bad. Okay. So... Okay, updated positions for the dual scene. So, HCRA. Better... Oh, did you clip that? Did you clip that? Because if you did, that's mean. Okay. Okay, so MHHCD. Okay. Hey, Martha Hart. Okay, so her name's Martha Hart, I think. Lighter sword prop. Okay. Okay, is your name Martha? Okay, I don't even have that. And where we got here? Dear Miss Hearts, we want to once again extend our invitation to join one of our enlightenment centers. As you are well aware, your fiancé is already a member of our group and it has done wonders for his career. You too could unlock your full potential by joining us. Reach for the stars and become one. Okay, so obviously that's been crumpled. And it's in the bin. Okay, so the journalist is Dennis something? Okay, wigs, daggers. We're always late. You always have excuses for not doing your job properly. You gave Finley's scarf to Ray, Ray's shoes to Penelope. You even switched wigs one time. And how many times do I have to tell you check each character's weapon? You can't give daggers and swords at random. The diagram I put in the costume room is for a reason, you dolt. These things do matter, even at rehearsals. They're parts of each character's personality. And for the love of God, stop creasing my costumes. Okay. Dear Lynn, or should I say Miss Cox? That's probably what they call you now you live in the big city, but for me you'll always be my sweet little Lynn. I was so happy to read that the assistant's job at the theatre Uncle found you was going well and that you quickly earned the respect and sympathy of your colleagues. I was afraid for you when you first moved, having heard so much about the people in the big city being rude to us country folks, but I'm relieved my little daughter proved me wrong. Life at the farm has been hard since Daddy is gone, but I'm sure glad I have your brother with me. He's a hard worker. You see Uncle Preston. I know how busy he gets with his travels and conferences. Thank him again for all he's done. Write me soon. You'll let us light up my days, Mum. Okay. So, it was Evelyn Cox. Okay. Yeah, we know her name's Evelyn Cox. Some of the others we know names of as well, but okay, let's turn that on. Yeah, I was gonna say, but okay. Short window close to the ceiling provides air to the room. It's covered with metallic bars. A prop sword lies on the windowsill in the grate. Did someone try to get rid of it in a hurry? Okay, so we know with a real sword. So that were to be prop, I want to say prop or something. And what have we got here? So Ruth Ackler. Okay, so that's Ruth. Oh, those are who the characters are. Hugh Culpepper, Isaac Clay, Dorothy Darlington, Alistair McIntyre, Tommy Moreno. Okay. Am I pretty sure you were Tommy Moreno? No? Must have been you. I knew we'd come across a Tommy Moreno already. Yeah. Okay, we've got newspaper, arrested. Yeah, so actress Ivy Otter, Katie Keller gets the role that was once Otter's. So yeah, disappearance of... Alright, I want to say fiance. I'm, yeah, not even sure, but where have we got? Rosenbach's clothes. I'm missing a crap ton though. That leads back to the stage. Okay. So is that the one that was supposed to be used? Okay, that's I did see something in the... Yeah, so I think whoever it was supposed to be Ruth Acker. She's the one that accidentally killed this guy with the sword, because that's like the swords were swapped or something by the looks of things. So but I gotta figure out what I'm missing a bunch of, like, yeah. Yeah, so this is Ivy Otter. So Tommy Moreno. If I'm right here, he something for the arrest of his he's connected to Ivy Otter. So at the moment I'm gonna fill this in because this is what I'm going with. So Tommy Moreno killed blah 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 with a real sword. Okay, that's just what I'm going with at the moment. So I'm missing a hell of a lot of, like, I think there's a whole nother room or something I'm missing because I'm missing a shit ton of stuff. Alright, if it's Moreno, he's the producer, I want to say. Tommy Moreno was the producer. Or he was either the producer or the writer. Because if Tommy Moreno, because Ivy Otter, Katie Keller stole Ivy Otter's role, and there's a whole thing. And from the last thing, he could realistically blame her, but I need the words to do it. Okay, so this would be some killed with a mistaking, probably. Okay. The role to the name of the actor. Okay. There's that as well. Okay. Well, Dorothy Darlington isn't out there yet, is she? Yeah, I'm missing a bunch of stuff there and something there. And obviously a bunch of names. So where's this, like, obvious door that I'm missing? Alright. Is there any clues to... Alright. There we go. There's some more names. So Ezra Monarch, I want to say is that, so we know. Okay. We know, okay. You are Ezra Monarch. We know that you are Jeffrey Stainwitz. Alright, so I want to say Evelyn Cox is the one that would have mistakenly handed the real weapon. Yeah, so there'd be Katie Keller. Katie Keller. Yeah, that'd be Katie Keller. We need this guy's name. So yeah, I'm gonna go through and make sure I haven't like missed any words because I think that's what I've done. Penny. Okay, so Stainwick's the producer. So, okay. Small knife on her. Okay, so whoever she is the one with the knife. Yeah, so Miss Keller. Yeah, so she's... Okay, is Moreno the... Alright. Okay, so... Yes. Oh, so, yeah, okay. Dennis Miller. We know... Okay, that's right. We did know that his name's Dennis Miller. Yeah, so it's... These are the big ones we're missing name-wise. Is the page... I can't turn it. Okay. Okay, that shows me what I can click on. Alright, here's what we're missing. So Ruth Ackler is Katie Keller. Yeah, Finley Powell. Because it was supposed to be Patrick Raven. Ray Mildred. Penelope Marshall. Reese Hopkins. Okay. So, Martha Hart. Okay, so so you are Katie Keller? So this would be Katie Keller. Kill. Okay, so this was... Finley Powell. Okay, killed. Killed Finley Powell with a real sword. I think the word we want here is like, I think we're missing like mistaking it. Like he was trying, we know he was trying to get Katie Keller killed. His lover, Ivy Otter. Yeah, that'll be the one word we're missing. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go to... Wrong route. Alright, so we know... So Ruth Ackler is... that... Okay. This was... Katie... Keller? This was... Finley Powell? Okay, so... I don't know who the other two were. Okay, we'll find out through the name. So... Oh... I can't remember who... It was in the... Dorothy Darlington, Penelope Marshall, and Alistair McIntyre. And there's also Isaac Clayton. So I know the other one's... So Penelope Marshall. Penelope Marshall. So what's this guy's name again? So, okay, Isaac Clayton, I want to say. Yeah. So, Isaac Clayton was Ray Mildred. Do I actually have that name? Ray Mildred? Okay, forgot all those. I'm missing. I am missing a there we go. Mistaking. That is the word we wanted. Story's one clue away from being correct. Okay, so was it fiance? Okay, so that was right, lover. Okay, so that is correct. Alright, yeah, okay, so there we go. He was the choreographer. That was the word I got wrong. But otherwise, yeah, we got it right otherwise. So, but yeah, obviously, as things go on, it's going to get a little bit more complicated. He wanted revenge for his lover. A switched prop turned performance into reality. The plan failed. The wrong person paid for it. Those aren't food. Why are you dragging them into the lounge room, mister? Okay, 9th of February 1979 at the Emerald Hotel. Okay. So, okay, we've got... Oh, we have a large number of things. There's some familiar faces in here that we already know. So, we just need to, pick up their names. Then, okay, so we need to figure out who the man, the woman, who all of these people are for these. And then, so blank blank killed blank blank with a blank to his heart. Before the murder, blank blank concealed a recorder in the writer's blank after he blank 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 to get the master key. The killing happened because blank blank, the victim's blank, found out the victim wanted to blank his blank. As a diversion, blank blank had set up blank inside of a blank in the blank. It blank in the moment, blank blank picked it up, blank without warning. Okay, so let's start here. So the beverage bucket is badly deformed and burnt. Okay, so I think the bucket... Has the bucket exploded? Possibly something inside a bucket? Okay. Mutilated corpse lies slumped on the floor. He's wearing the hotel uniform. His unrecognizable face, blown up by an explosion, has been charitably covered with a towel, now wet with blood. His olive-skinned hands are visible. It makes me sad that this colleague William of yours is making so much trouble to you. At least you have Dexter as a real friend. I'm so excited that the Marquis family will get together again. My English is getting better as you blank from the... Okay. We can't tell too much more from that. Okay. I was looking for Brett. He disappeared. And I heard the explosion, people screaming, running past me. I found the body on the floor, his face gone. I knew who it was. I covered his face. He was a friend. Okay, so... Hotel Emerald, this is for you. Just give me the good stuff and keep it between us. Okay. So wooden box containing 3 bottles of expensive champagne. There's a typewritten note next to it. So, against all odds, the players of success. Okay, the waiter picked up the bucket that was on the floor behind the counter. Then there was a loud explosion. Okay. Okay, so we know this guy's name's Dennis Miller. Okay. So what's the rumor I hear that you're playing detective with the theatre troupe? You lead me to an early grade, Dennis. For the 100th time, stop feeding your ego by finding improbable connections between these people. There are none. These are successful, hard-working individuals, some whom I personally know. You're paid to do interviews, that's it. Continue with your stupid ideas, and getting fired will be the least of your worries. Mike Alvarez. Also, remember, I want those photos from Grayson to be developed on time. We have to put out those ads, okay? Hey Dennis, Mark here. So, I know your name's Dennis, so I'm gonna just stick that straight in. Mark here, I'm leaving this note at the radio station because you're never there in person. As your underpaid lawyer and friend, do us both a favour. Don't even get close to Ezra Monarch, let alone talk to him. He's threatening a defamation suit, and the man's got more money than we'll see in 10 lifetimes. Don't think your magazine on that radio station will save you. You must have gone out of your mind suggesting Monarch, one of the most influential writers in the industry, can't write a line and has a ghostwriter. Get a grip, buddy. P.S. I haven't heard of that crazy plan of yours, okay? You told me nothing. Okay. So, 5:15 p.m. interview with available actors at Hotel Emerald. Remember to ask for comments about... Okay. Got to try to have a call with Monarch, confronting about his writing from the original manuscript and all sorts sent me, made other plans. Okay. Sabotaging and Seducing, written by Jim Blair. Okay. I knew Jim Blair was a thing. Okay. Hello. Okay, so puddle of blood is visible under the room's door. Okay. Your husband ordered this bottle. Okay. I just make big changes to the screenplay of sabotaging and seducing. Okay, more of this drug. Bottle of expensive champagne. What we got here? Ezra Monarch's amended screenplay for sabotaging and seducing. Copy reserved for Penelope Marshall. Are you Penelope? Yeah. Okay. So Penelope, I don't have your last name, but we, what else we got? Hat is on the floor. Someone rolled through the jewelry box. Okay. Which one was Ezra Monarch. Was you, wasn't it? Okay. Oh! Okay, the Rider's Corp. So, ice pick to the heart. Okay. It's real right here. Show everyone what you're capable of. Show what you... Okay. Rewrite that script. Okay, so Ezra's dead. So, Ezra Monarch. With an ice pick to his heart. So we know blank blank concealed a Wakora in the Rider's blank after he blanked. Alright. Wanted to rewrite. I don't know, but okay, what do we got? Stack of paper in the typewriter. Actors Katie Calif. Yeah, we know that. Okay, here's the recorder. Okay, so it's really quite simple. You just need to learn your new dialogues, but there's not enough time. The next show is Sunday. And you call yourself an actress. I told you. I simplified your dialogues and cut them in half. 2 days are more than enough. Someone else, get out. You're not in my schedule. You're not even to play anymore. I have a contract. Look at it. You can fire me. I'll sue. You can take that contract and shove it. Okay? Listen, I don't want another one of your lectures. Have you gone crazy? What are you trying to do? Destroy the entire show? I've had it with you and your ego. It's this drug, isn't it? This fucking... Okay. Gus, how do you... Someone told me. Someone helped me. What is that thing? Get out or I call security. Been shouting all day. Do you think someone will notice? Okay. So... Yeah. For the murder, blank blank considered a recorder and the Rider's blank after he... Something. Okay. Plain hotel chair. What have we got in here? We got a suitcase. All of the clothes are inside. Police, why? I was cleaning the rooms and checking everything was in its place. Okay. What's wrong with you? I heard you again got caught stealing in guest rooms. Our colleague Mr. Richards took the blame for you and the poor guy's wife and children. Be glad I didn't catch you because I'd have made sure no hotel in the city would ever hire you again. I need this job and I won't let a petty thief like you rob me of it, Francisco. Expensive piece of jewelry. Okay, master key. Alright. Something in the room as a surprise is for you to forget the master key at the reception. Okay. So... For the minute after the brightest room, after he forgot to get his master key. Killing happened because blank blank the victim's blank found the victim. I want to say that. As the divergence set up inside of a bucket. In whatever room. Yeah. Open up. Horrible accident happens. Okay, so exploded. Cox, respond. Alright, so we know your last name is Cox. Do I have Evelyn? No, I don't. Yeah, so we know that exploded in the moment. Blank blank picked it up. And something without warning. Okay. They arrested Moreno, who was the only one of you idiots who did some good work. Why couldn't they arrest you instead? You're the criminal, killing my player like that, not giving hints at the right moment, making a mess all the time. I found the 15-page instructions I gave you in the trash bin, you little twerp. Think I didn't notice? I see everything. Okay. Alright, we've got an ashtray. Katie Keller, Martha Hart. Yep, I need these names. Because you're Katie Keller, aren't you? Which makes you Martha Hart. Do we have Marshall yet? Nope. Okay. Alright, Evelyn. Okay, so Ezra Monarch's amended screenplay for Sabotaging Seducing. You'll share it because I won't have the time nor will to type it twice. The only secretary I have in this rotten place is Evelyn, and she's useless. Keller, having rewritten most of the plot, I found that Ruth Acker's personality didn't fit it anymore. Most of your dialogues are new. You have to study and memorize all the new material from Act 2 forward. Please spare me the hysterics. I don't have the time. Hart, I'm not sure how you obtained your role, but a dog could act better than you. Did you take your acting lessons from the Lassie movies? Seeing how you are such an capable dolt, I had to greatly reduce your role. A nice décolleté doesn't make you an actress, and it certainly won't impress me. Okay. It could be reduce his role. I don't know. Well, okay. So I know Evelyn. Okay. Yep. We've got Miller now, I think. No? Busting. Okay, what do we got here? Martha, my love, tune into my live concert tonight. So even though we're far away, we'll be close. Also, don't you worry about me. I need that medicine to keep me regular during all the tours, but I can stop when I want. It also helps me not feel the loneliness when you're far away. Yours forever, Troy. Okay, we've got a small necklace. Okay, word knife, startling. Standard motel room key. Okay, so TD. Can't go out. I can't go to the lounge. I can't even go to the freaking balcony. I have to stay here and babysit that historical woman. I'm getting cabin fever. Okay, so maybe next. They're after me. I know it. Maybe they're trying to kill me. Okay, yeah, you're being hysterical, but okay. So fucking right, Ezra. Okay, bottle of champagne. What do we got here? Okay, Marshall, dear Mr. Marshall. I regret to inform you that the estimate of your request for the value of Mr. Marshall's jewelry is far less than the amount you had anticipated. In fact, it can easily be concluded that, with the exception of the Egyptian-style brooch, the rest can be considered as trinkets of little value. Although the Egyptian style has not been relevant since the 1920s, it is still a vintage piece, and the material is of high quality. The gold is 75% 18 carats. But we have the last name Marshall now, so so Penelope Marshall. So, are you Marshall as well? Okay. Note to personnel, as requested by Dominic Fraser, all unoccupied floors are to be left closed. Everything has been set up on the second floor, so that we keep potential curious onlookers at bay on the first floor. Lodgements as such: Katie Keller, Martha Hart, Ezra Monarch. Note, he requested the central room and a typewriter. Henry and Penelope Marshall. Okay, so his first name's Henry. Note, Mrs. Penelope instructed not to serve her husband alcohol under any circumstances. Room 4 to be left empty for other eventual members. Other persons who are allowed in the premises only after showing their ID to the policeman at the entrance: Jeffrey Steinwitz, Evelyn Koch, Dennis Cox, Dennis Miller, Grace Davis Miller's photographer. Okay, so we now have Miller, Jeffrey Steinwitz, and you are Henry. Alright, so there's still a bunch of names we don't know here. Okay, so I know someone had new dialogues. I want to say that this was Ezra. Okay, so woman 1 would be Katie Keller, because I know her role was rewritten. No? No, it was Penelope. Oh, no, it would be Martha Hart, maybe? Penelope Marshall, then. Okay. So, man 2. So... Is this Jeffrey Steinwells, maybe? Okay. So someone's been fired here. Okay. Okay, call an ambulance, music, explosion in the lounge. Okay, contracts, screenplay. Our firm has reviewed your complaint against Mr. Ezra Monarch for his deliberate sabotage of the place, sabotaging and seducing with his unwarranted changes in the text, seeking damages in the amount of $5 million. However, due to the wording in these contracts, see section 5.3 attached to this letter, would indicate that Mr. Monarch is allowed an unspecified amount of freedom regarding late text changes to the screenplay. We will continue our effort to find legal precedent. However, the law seems clearly on the defendant's side. In the meantime, we advise you to try to take matters into your own hands in an attempt to find an agreement with Mr. Monarch. Okay. Alright. Mr. Steinwitz, unfortunately our last meeting was cut short due to that accident. My objective that day was to point out the similarities between my work and Ezra's. It's no coincidence, I assure you. I think a new appointment should be scheduled soon. I tried, but your secretary denied me, not recognizing my name. I only managed to scribble this note and leave it on your desk. Please, Mr. Steinwitz, what I have to say is of vital importance. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, so this guy's name's Luke. So Marlo has the leopard print. Okay, so manager. So your name is Luke. Okay, so your last name's Marlo. I want to say because you've got the leopard print thingies. Alright, well. Oh! Leopard print shirt, flashy. Spare hotel uniforms. It's neatly arranged clothes. Okay. Jim Blair is the guy in the back. Okay. That's the backstage area in an interview with... Okay. So... Jim Blair. No? Oh, or maybe you're Jim Blair and you've stolen his clothes. Tied, gagged, and unconscious. Dyson, Marlowe, Marquis, Sykes, Richards. Okay. Okay, Mr. Dyson's the oldest, so Luke Dyson. Okay, so... so the other ones, alright, so Marlowe. It's apparently Marlowe. Okay. Revive your party with select. Okay, so fireworks. So fireworks in the bucket inside of the set up. This is a version something set up for fireworks in the bucket, the lounge. So alright, I'm missing exactly one word somewhere. Okay, so someone else is trying to... Shouldn't that be, like, reminded? Okay. Alright, so I'm not sure whose names are what. I know I've got your name. Okay, so I want to say this guy's name is Brett. Okay. So H. Someone with the name H. Okay, William and Dexter. Okay, so I want to say this guy's name is okay, so I'm going to try both William and Dexter here. Okay, Dexter. Okay, Dexter Marlowe. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Jim Blair stole this guy's uniform and tied him up. So whoever this guy is that guy. So William. Okay, that was the word we're missing. Okay. Okay, before the murder. After he tied. Alright, I want to say this was Jim Blair. Concealed. So he would have tied up this guy to get the master key. So what's your name? Oh, you work here too. Okay, Francisco. Alright. It's for you to forget the master key at reception. Alright, so who had the contract? Okay, Henry was cut completely. So this would be Henry Marshall. Okay, so who's his secretary? Or it could be his wife? Or manager? Alright, well this is definitely Henry Marshall. How did you... Someone told me. Someone helped me. Alright, so we got all that. Unless Jim Blair's the Ghost Rider, found it, and what's the name of the guy who picked it up? Brett something. I don't know. Yeah, Marquis Sykes Richards. We know Richards. So we know Dyson. Marquis Sykes Richards. Alright, then, okay. Unless this is Francisco. Alright, that's Francisco. So, one of these is William. And the other one's Brett. Oh, okay, I think you're Brett. Oh, you must be Brett. William Sykes, and what was it, Brett Richards? Alright, we got all the names. So, after he tied Brett Richards, to get his master key. Alright, so that would be Francesco, sorry. Francesco Marquez. Henry Marsh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so... I want to say this is Evelyn Cox, and she's, because she's his secretary or something, assistant or secretary or something. So the version would have been William. Alright, story doesn't make much sense. Okay. So it's a lot, basically a lot of things is wrong. Unless this is Jeffrey, victim's manager. Alright. None of this is making a lot of sense right now. I'm running off another theory, the victim's ghostwriter. And what's his face? William. I'm drawing a big blank line. This is... Alright. I need to figure out who did the thing with the... Yeah, I got that. Most flowed when they heard the bang. Okay. Yeah, Jim Blair's the ghostwriter. I like that thing. That part I think I've definitely got right. Jim Blair's... So if we're talking Ezra wanted to... Like, I just don't know who... Is my brain just not working? Yeah, hearts got reduced. Because, like, that wouldn't make... Anyone else have any ideas? Because my brain is not braining. Because none of these make sense, word-wise, grammar-wise. Unless it's played. So who would normally have the ghost? I just need to... Okay. Okay, so, yeah. He's normally got the master key. So what's his name again? Played William Sykes. Alright. Something record... Okay, so... Someone else concealed the recorder in the writer's room after he played this person to... But I don't get why Brett Richards is... I want to say this was actually... This might have been Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller, maybe? And this might have been Brett Richards. So after he paid William... Okay, so that bit I know. So who paid him? I need to figure out who paid him. That part I think's right. And we need to work out who did the fireworks inside the bucket. Okay. Yeah, I think it's rewrite screenplay. Jim Blair. Victim's ghostwriter. So, or it could be Jim Blair killed him, or it could be... but let's try Jeffrey. But who would set up the fireworks in the bucket? Oh. I still think this might be Dennis Miller. What is not clicking? Like, that part's right. We know that part is definitely right. We know that is the victim. Alright, we know the recorder's in the room. We know, okay, we know this bit and this bit are definitely right. We know the fireworks in the bucket. Okay, I'm taking out the ones that I'm not 100% sure on. These are the ones I'm not sure on. Alright, so we know it could be ghostwriter, manager, or secretary. And this could be stop a contract, depending on who that is. Yeah, like we can see that's... Yeah, we know that whoever it was paid William Sykes for the key. But he also didn't like Francisco because he was doing some things. I don't want to be spending like 2 hours just trying to do this. Alright. I think this wants... That would be Henry. What am I missing that tells me who put the fireworks in the bucket? Like, we know the fireworks are found in here. So whoever tied... Okay. I think this was Jim. He set the fireworks in the bucket in the lounge because he stole the guy's... And I think I'm right about this guy with the... Like this is the bit that's not my... I'm not sure if it's my brain or I'm just not clicking. If anyone has any ideas, I would welcome it. Like, I know this part's right. I'm like not... I know this part's like... the William Sykes was paid for the room key. Okay, so it's his secretary. Alright, so Jim Blair wanted to tell Mr. Steinwitz that the okay. I think I know what this is now. So this is the last thing I could think of. Okay, story is 2 clues away from being... Okay. Okay. I think it's this one. So if I just go through like all of them. Alright, so alright, so that might have been the I forget what it was before. Who did I have before? Yeah, it was Jim Blair. I want to say. It was Jim Blair that I had here before? Alright. Unless this is stop his contract? No. Who else did we have? I forget who I think it was William Sykes I had here. No. Must have been Jim Blair. Unless this is what I have wrong. Okay, so... Well, that would make sense, though, because if Katie Keller would have been in here before that. But I think that's... I think we're right up to here, but someone's... It's just trying to figure out who set up the fireworks. Dexter Marlowe doesn't have his hat. I'm only missing like one bit of the, like 2 parts of it. And I'm pretty sure it's a name. One of these names is wrong.
Dude's wearing a fucking hat.
Unless I've just, Oh, that's why you're not wearing your hat, because you've got it there. No, I'm pretty confident that that is Dennis Miller. I'm not sure which one I've got wrong. Like, that makes sense to me because Jim Blair's stole the thing from Brett Richards. I don't think this can be twice. Okay, so it's still two clues away from being correct. If it's... but if I switch it back to... Okay, so I think this is wrong. There we go. Okay, the Ghost Rider was done being used, watching his words ruined by a lesser rider. Fireworks cleared the halls. He slipped into Ezra's room and struck with an ice pick. But the blast took more than its mark. A staffer died too. Revenge rarely stops where it's meant to.